Well, let's hope he has a good one. This is number 10, Gerard McDonald, kicking off for the U.S. And the ball is caught cleanly by the Felipe Arguin, the Jaguars' second row. And they are well in possession. Scrum half moves it out. He's found one of his forwards in the middle of the field. Looks like the Argentinians will look to use some of their power to crunch it up at first and tie the U.S. in. Captain digs the ball out again. This ball going a little bit wider now. They've moved it right into the back line. Moved from inside center out to the fullback, coming into the line, and that ball's gone forward. See if the U.S. can take advantage. Referee playing nice advantage, but no, he's whistled that dead. That was the Jaguar.
Rate, given the conditions today by both teams, is going to be very significant in how the game plays out.
And there we go. The U.S. scrum half, Mattia Loma's put the ball in, but they've been shunted off the ball by the Jaguars, and now they're in possession. They've taken it to the 40-meter line in the U.S. half. Good link play by the Argentinian forwards, and they've still got the ball, maintaining possession, moving it out into the centers. Quick hands from 12 to 13. Good work, but he's met by some strong U.S. tackle as they attack the blind side.
Excellent. No, very excellent U.S. defense.
Derek Aspun, he plays in the back row as well as the front row for the U.S. today at hooker, and he's got a clean first throw. The ball's gone out down the back line. They're struggling a little bit in the middle of the field, a little bit unsure. So the Argentinian defense is shown strong as they link again to the number 10. The U.S. is going backwards. They've held the ball for 2 or 3 phases, but they've lost about 10 meters here. Let's see what they can develop. They're just outside their 22, and the box kick goes up from the scrum half. Ball's allowed to bounce, but the Argentinians secure possession. They're once again at the U.S. 40-meter line, and the referee is seen a
serious defensive work tonight.
Oh, they'll have their work cut out for them. So Kubeli, the scrum halves, put the ball in. Scrum's gone around 90, and the referee is going to reset and award Argentina.
Getting that initial first phase possession and then limiting errors will be important.
Bang, as predicted, Macomb is off the back of the scrum. He's picked up and linked with his captain, Kubeli. Quick ruck close to the touchline. Referee, all eyes. He notices a quick knock on.
Players playing their first game ever on the artificial turf surface.
Definitely trying to get some nerves out of the way. The U.S. has put the ball into the scrum. Mattia Lona has moved the ball on. Number 8 is a strong player. Taylor Mukate, he's picked up, and he's secured possession. Now this is taken back into the 22. The U.S. fly half, Gerard McDonald. He's got to keep the ball in play, which he has. Fielded nicely by the Argentinian fullback, Morales. And he's linked with his center. This man's been impressive so far. Quick hands, but that one's been put down by number 13, Geronimo de la Fuentes. Oh, it'll be a knock-on. So this is another. Well, maybe the referee as well is suffering for a little bit case of nerves, and he's trying to make his mark on, and he's given a free kick to the Americans because the Argentinians came in early into the scrum. So now it's a quick ruck ball taken, and Mattiolona has moved the ball out to one of his second rows. Quick ruck again, just inside the Argentinian half, and they've moved it out to McDonald. McDonald's found his inside center. Great work by Jack Tracy, taking the ball into the Argentinian half. Still, they struggle and move the ball forward. Great take by Fenoliglio, the tight head for the U.S. This time, McDonald puts foot to ball, and he's looking for some space. He's taking the ball down into the Argentinian 22. Lovely kick by him.
Yeah, superb kick by McDonald, and really impressive to see off the right foot of the Jags.
Oh, yes. He's had 6 caps already at the senior level, and he can play prop or hooker at that level as well. So vital to this Jaguars plan for this whole game and this whole tournament. So the Jaguars have the ball. They secured it on their 5-meter. And the referee has noticed an offside at the mall, so there's a quick tap taken. The Argentinian scrum half, so now the Argentinians have a proper opportunity to get some territory and have the throw into the line out.
Very great to see Kubeli, the Argentinian captain, prepared to have a go even from his own line, taking a quick tap with South Africa, Australia, New Zealand. They need to vary their game, give it more width.
Well, there you go. Posegloni was his throw-in. Unfortunately, didn't go to hand, so the U.S. has turned the ball over at the line out, and they're looking just to have a couple hit-ups with their forwards before maybe they give us a little bit of width. The forwards working hard in there. Practically the whole U.S. pack committed, and we're looking at the Argentinian jerseys on the ground there. Referee's not signaling any penalty, and he goes to the boot again, McDonald. This one's high into the air, going to land just outside the 22, and the ball has been spilled. Great cover by the number 12 for the Javier Rojas for the Argentinians, and he's taking the ball outside the 22. Good work by Argentina. Play kind of slowed down now. Referee still looking. Ball now it's the Argentinians' time to put the ball in the air, and they're testing the U.S. fullback. Knock on by Argentina. Scrum will be awarded to the Americans on the
way moving forward for both teams is to throw the ball up in the air and chase enthusiastically.
You're right, Ian, and unfortunately it might turn out that way, but we still might see some adventure from both these sides as the Argentinians attack the U.S. scrum, and they've come away with the ball, but it's gone to deck. Has it gone forward? Referee has said
big emphasis on the scrum tonight, and that for all the international board referees, the scrum and their handling of the scrum is one of the key 5 areas that they must do well to, in their reports.
Oxford University grad, the man who plays in the back row as well as the front row, and doing the job in the front row for his country today. A great hit up by number 12 here, Jack Tracy. Recycled quickly, McDonald moves it on. He's found one of his back row colleagues. No, another spilled ball. Referee says off. Make good contact. And it looks like he's just to the right. But we know he's got the distance, McDonald. Russians can be punished almost from the 50-yard line. The Argentinian number 10, Santiago Gonzalez Iglesias, has cleared the ball deep. And it's returned from the U.S. fullback, high up and under. Great take by Argentina. Just 10 meters outside their 22. And they've given some width to the ball. Moving the ball down to the right flank, out to that right winger, Barrera, and he's taking the ball well into the U.S. territory. Quick recycle, and they're looking for the big men in the middle of the field again. Great work by Postiglione. Attacking the blind side, this Argentine side. Keeping the ball close to their power, their strength. Quick ruck ball, the referee's keeping a close eye, and he's got his arm out for an infringement against the U.S. Advantage for Argentina. Still playing advantage. They've moved the ball. Will he go back to the advantage? Yes, he is. Going back to the ruck infringement, U.S. not releasing tackle or not releasing the tackle player, so Argentina with the opportunity to open
for them as they're developing their game, to give the ball some width.
And Gonzalez,
but, they can't be unhappy with the start. Almost a quarter of the match gone, and they've shown themselves to, in many ways, have Argentina's measure.
Captain Cam Dolan went up and tapped that great kickoff back from number 10. So they've moved the ball out to their outside center. Dean Gerke, and the ball's gone a little bit loose from that last ruck. So Argentina trying to get their hands in there and compete. No hands, so the U.S. has slowed the ball down. Now, interesting, watch the ball at the back of the ruck and see if the referee's applying any of these new laws as Argentina goes for the counter ruck. Ball going backwards, U.S. number 1, that's Nicholas Wallace, the man who represents Canada at U20, taking it on forward, and they've moved it out to the flank. This is Dolan, the captain. He's tried to offload in the tackle, and he's turned the ball over, and Argentina's hoofed it down the field. Still the bouncing ball, a little bit tricky. Here we go, the U.S. attacking from deep. Great tackle. Is the fullback isolated? That's Chris Chapman. Yes, he was isolated, not releasing.
Well, Chapman had an awkward bounce to deal with, but he recovered well and then beat the first chasing defender, but taken again by the Argentinian lock, Aranguren.
Now he's been consistent in the air so far, Aranguren, and now Oh, that penalty's reversed again. So referee really chance. And once again, he's just shaved it to the right of the post. So no point. Argentinian Jaguars. 0 for the U.S. McDonald's the first to touch the ball for the U.S. again. Looks like he's going to the left boot, up in the air again. This one's going to land just outside the 22, and it's taken well in the air by the left winger for Argentina, Manuela Montero. Referee has stopped the game. Tackle player while he's still in the air, and that's the penalty awarded against the U.S. So Gonzalez
under not particular pressure.
Well, the line out worked well for them, and they've brought the blind wing into the play, and it's in the hands of that number 12 once again, Javier Rojas. He's a real power runner for the Jaguars tonight. Ball's recycled quick, but it's gone spilled, and it looks like the U.S. might have created a turnover here. They've got options on the left-hand side, which they do attack the blind side. They've linked 2 passes together and just come into the U.S., the Argentinian territory. Player down in the middle of the field for Argentina, and the scrum half, Benny Matialoma, goes for the box kick, returned with interest by Argentina, and the ball is now in the U.S. 22, and it's run out by the fullback, Chris Chapman. He's gone to foot this time, straight up in the air. Good kick, good pressure. Rojas collecting the ball. Argentina running from deep. Good linkage from the open side flankers, the outside center, and that's great work by the left winger, Montero. Ball fed back inside but lost. So the U.S. now having a chance to regain possession. Really scrappy play. Argentina attacking the ruck ferociously, looking to overturn the ball, but they haven't. It's at the back of the U.S. ruck, and they're inside their 22. Ball inside. They could find a clear clearance to touch and really stave off this pressure. Ball's moved back to McDonald. He's gone to the left foot once again, and it's found touch just about the 35-meter line. To his thigh. And the throw-in coming in from Postiglione. Ball's overthrown and taken nicely by the U.S. Finiglio, the U.S. prop, the tight head, showing great skills at the back of the lineout. McDonald's got the ball in his hand. He goes for the long miss-out pass, but then he's met by a shuddering tackle from right winger Facundo Barrera. The U.S. under pressure just outside their 22. Looks like they've recycled this one. And Matialona's got the ball in his hand. He's gone deep to McDonald. That educated left boot has found the fullback of the Argentinians, and they're moving the ball forward. Little space sought out on the left side. And great cover by the U.S. And the ball is still in play. U.S. right winger has brought the ball still in play. Dirksen. Ball out of bounds. And cameras just following the action there. Argentina's taking a quick line out, paid for it with a big hit by the Americans, but they've been able to recycle the ball, and they're just outside the U.S. 22 in the middle of the field, so they've got options right and left. Looks as though they're coming left. Still moving the ball, a little bit flat-footed, but there's that man, Rojas again, number 12, always touching the ball, always going forward, screaming for the U.S. being offside, players over the ball, and referee has stopped time to have a word with the Americans on that one. He signaled to the U.S. number 1 coming out there. That's Nicholas Wallace, the man who represented Canada U20.
Well, referee Montez spoke to the U.S. down at the Argentina 22 3 or 4 minutes ago about diving in over the top.
Right. Here we go. Line out for Argentina. Just at the U.S. 5-meter line, the ball's taken. And here's where we see some of that renowned Argentina power. Look how they formed that scrum formation off the line out, and they're just going to move forward. They know the U.S. are down 1 man already, and it looks as though they've crossed the line. No, referee says no. No, has not crossed the line. And the ball, a complete scrum with a complete front row. So it's Benny Matialona to put the ball into the U.S. scrum.
Well, I think this is just
well, the U.S. man down in the scrum, put it in, and look at Argentina just drive that ball forward. Just taking it forward. Now they've got the U.S. player up off the ground. If this is a maul and the ball does not, oh, but that's Captain Dolan doing great yeoman work to move that ball forward. That is just complete American grit, and the U.S. still eating up that clock, eating up 10 minutes, keeping the ball in possession, and the ball's gone back to McDonald, and he will find touch. He'll make no mistake about this.
Well, that was a captain's lead, and then some.
Indeed. And the Argentinians are throwing the ball into this line out. They've gone to the tail, and they've moved the ball into the center. That's Rojas bringing it back into his left winger. Great work by Montero. He's been quite busy today as well. The ball's gone down, and referee judged forward. Interesting. I'm not sure what the camera angle just picked up there as we get a little pushing and shoving in the middle of the field. Just exchange.
Teams have become very adept at defending with 14 players, and so we'll see how the States go.
Well, the Argentinians have shown their eagerness to get into the scrum, a bit too eager. They've gone in early, so the U.S. awarded a free kick, and they've taken it quickly. The ball slipped out to the left wing, and this is good penetrating run by, remember they're at 14 men, but this is fantastic work by the U.S. so far. But ball nudged ahead by the U.S. outside center, but recovered by the Argentinian fullback, and he returns it with interest down to the U.S. just to center field. U.S. catching the ball, and now looking to counterattack. Ball slow at the back of the ruck. So they're setting up all their resources. Looks like they're going to go to the big men before they release the backs once again, and that's what they do. The pick and go, just try to get to move that tackle line a little bit further to disrupt the defense, disorganize them a bit before they release the ball to the backs. They've gone again. This is 2 in a row, the pick and go, and now they release the ball to the back line. The ball a little bit behind McDonald, but he finds his center. That's great work by Jack Tracy to cross that tackle line. Again, McDonald, ball in hand, he moves to the foot, kicked it into the Argentinian 22. No pressure whatsoever on the Argentinian fullback, and he's put that well into the stands. Hooker, Derek Aspen, just to throw the ball in, and it's taken cleanly in the line out by the U.S. Once again, ball in behind the centers. Oh, trying to drop it back into the blind winger. Knocked on by Argentina. U.S. will have the scrum right at center field.
Yeah, so the U.S. is very giving them some problems, but perhaps looking like Tracy particular might have the footwork to get through, and if he can then offload the ball.
Whoa, well, another dominant scrum by the Argentinians, and McComb's picked up and gone away, taking the ball well into the U.S. half. Back, oh, nice bit of footwork by the number 10, Gonzalez Iglesias, and he's moved the ball right into the U.S. 22. They're trying desperately to free the ball. They have, and it's in the hand of scrum half, Benny Matialona. U.S. has recycled. They don't look at all panic at the back of that ruck, and they'll be looking for McDonald to clear their lines once again. He's gone to his left boot, trusty, and he's found touch just inside the 22. So not a very good clearance, but he has relieved the pressure.
Well, the U.S. were the last team to a great covering there by the Benny Matialona, the number 9.
And Argentina's gone to the back of this line out again, but this time Gomez spots a hole, and he's linked it with that man doing so well for them so far. Javier Rojas scores
at the end of the U.S. lineup, leaving for the midfield before the ball had gone.
So here they go. McDonald's gone with a deeper kick. This is his deepest kick tonight so far, and he might be thinking the same thing. Let's keep the ball away from our try line, and that's taken up nicely by number 8, McComb. Not releasing in the tackle.
Halftime.
Are there any gimmies in international rugby, Ian? No.
Is the goal kicker, and Argentina 3 for 3, U.S. 0 for 3, and that's the difference in the big difference in the scoreline.
And Wallace is back on the field now. And there he is. He's just knocked that ball on her. That's his first order of business, going up to catch that ball. And he's just put a hand on it and knocked it forward. So the Argentinian side will have the put into this. Captain Kubeli to put the ball in. Number 8, McComb's got the ball at the back of the feet. He's gone. He's picked up and gone left. The strong Kubeli's got the ball in hands. And he tries to nudge it forward. No contact from his hand.
We'll see what happens at the scrum and if the U.S. can protect their own ball.
Oh, well, Ian, as you mentioned, that's no advantage to them to have a scrum against Argentina. This Kubeli's fended off his opposite, and he's going for a run. Nice footwork by the scrum half captain, and a great inside pass. Who took that ball in? Unsighted there. And it's well struck by Gonzalez Iglesias, and the flags are up.
So the States really could feel that they should be out of this maybe 13-9 down, and instead it's probably going to be 20, and who knows if Argentina has another go.
They're going with the conservative approach, and the captain Dolan's taking the ball out of bounds, and he's
you know, Argentina's been better, but certainly not by 20 points.
Well, Gonzalez Iglesias kicks deep to start the second half. His opposite number, McDonald, going to his favorite left boot once again, and he's found touch on about the 40-meter line. So the Argentina Postiglione throws the ball in deep to his number 6 there. That's Thomas De La Vega, and he's moved the ball into the middle of the field, and Argentina hitting it up strongly. Number 8, Kubeli, or number 9, pardon me, Captain Kubeli, digging hard for the ball. That's a lot more fight we've seen from the U.S. in this half already, going for the counterattack. They've committed the Argentinians to that last breakdown, and they're still fighting, trying to turn that ball over. A lot of resources committed into that ruck right now by both teams. Ball's at the back of that ruck. Number 8, McComb, used to picking the ball up. He's feds his Bruno, his open side flanker. He's taken the ball over the advantage line for the Argentinian side. And Kubeli is gone for the box kick, looking for some space in behind the U.S. left winger, and he's found it. Have a faster and cleaner game.
It's pretty important. He must deal with any negative play that's by the defending side in that area.
Good, and the Derek Aspen, the hooker, is thrown into Graham Harriman. So the U.S. has possession inside their 22. Maul, and the box kick is put up by Benny Mattilona. Recovered by the Argentina, and a strong tackle by the chasing hooker. So the U.S. is forced a turnover. They've got some advantage on that knock on. That ball going in behind McDonald. He forces the pass, and that in turn is knocked on by the U.S. number 12. Good advantage played by the referee.
So pretty fortunate to get the put in, but you know, maybe they can stabilize and do something good with it.
Fair call once again, Ian. And as you said, the scrum sometimes is no advantage to the U.S. as even on their ball. They've gone backwards. Number 6, Dolan, captain's taking the ball back. McDonald's gone to his right foot this time, and that's pretty good with your weak foot. But unfortunately, straight out. Distance was good, accuracy not so well, as we see the same replicates. Well, Postiglione here now to throw the ball in for Argentina. They've gone to the back of the line out. Number 6 taken De La Vega, but not straight. That's the first not straight of the game. The U.S. has gone for the line out. Interesting choice. And they've gone long, and they've overthrown. So that's taken by the Argentina hooker, Postiglione. And he's taken the ball just outside the U.S. 22. Recycled quickly. Scrum half has found his man in the middle of the field there. That's our man, Roya, the try scorer from the first half. Ball a little bit scrappy. Gone for the cross kick. And this is a new man on the field. Miles Craigwell takes the ball, plucks it out of the air. This man is lightning. Watch him go. This tried out for the NFL, pardon me, and a 7th player of renown for the U.S. Taking the ball, went out to Argentina's half, and they've recycled it quickly. McDonald, ball in hand, finds his second row in the middle of the field. Harriman, he's recycled the ball once again, but somehow it's come out, almost come forward on the Argentinian side. Slow ball. Once again, the U.S. attacking down the blind side now. Ball in hand. Can they keep this possession? Keep the pressure on the Argentinians? No, they've turned it over. Argentina has the ball once again inside their own half. But great opportunity gone begging there. And the Argentinians showing some skill and attitude in attacking the ball once again. Middle of the field. Short blind side on the left for Kubeli. He's gone right to his backs. Long ball in the middle of the field met by a strong tackle from Gerke, the U.S. number 13. Recycled quickly. Argentina looking to cruise some gaps. What an offload by number 12. Unfortunately, knocked on by De La Fuente. And the U.S. have an opportunity to attack the ball. Number 17 taking the ball forward. U.S. moving. McDonald's ball in hands. Blitz defense almost intercepted by the Argentinians. And the U.S. are going backwards but keeping possession. Recycled. McDonald behind the back. Found his fullback, Chapman. 2 side steps. Well into Argentina's half. Can they get quick ball? Argentina lying close to the ruck area, slowing the ball down. The U.S. having to resort to bringing the ball back to the forwards once again. Hit-ups met with solid defense. Ball turned over illegally. U.S. not rolling away. Opportunity for U.S. to speed the game up. A little bit of argy-bargy going on right now.
Well, that was easily the best passage of play from the States. And it all started really back with the long run out of defense by
Winger
Miles.
on their squad here. This is the Belmont Shore player we just spoke about recently. And
so really important passage of play coming out right now.
Gonzalez Iglesias kicks high just outside the US 22, and that's taken cleanly by the US. Ball is outside the 22, so should they pass it back to McDonald, they can't kick straight to touch. Taken the box kick by the Benny Mattiolona and recovered well by Argentina. So play is met at halfway, and the ball's gone loose in the tackle area, but that's one man once again. Kubeli, the scrum half, is nipped right through the side of the ruck, and the ball's gone forward from Argentina, so US will have to put into this scrum.
Beautiful break again by Kubeli. He's absolutely, leading to a bit of a stop-start affair, which is such a shame because when the ball does get a bit of air, there's been some exciting action.
Well, once again in the scrum time, the US putting the ball in, but almost shunted back by Argentina. But they've managed to retain possession at the back of this ruck, and they're looking for this little pick and go. Graham Harriman moving the ball off the side of that ruck, giving his team a chance to reset. Once again, the pick and go, moving to the left. Now it's gone to McDonald. He wants to attack, so he's tried to find his man, but knock on, and there's that man, that number 8. Again, Macomb is taking the ball well close to the US line. They're moving it left, and they've got some forwards in the back line. Strong tackle by 23, Miles Craigwell. Almost causes a turnover, but Argentina's managed to retain possession 5 meters out from the US line. Quick ball moved into the middle of the field. Argentina hitting out with their forwards. Kubeli again looking to find his backs. He's found 13 and he's moved it on the foot, kicked it into the US in-goal area. Ball grounded, so that'll be a 22 meters on the Argentinian side. Number 8, Macomb, and number 3, Gomez have left the field. And Argentina has the ball, and they're trying to take it straight forward. Strong tackle at midway. Knock on, referee playing advantage for the US, and they're moving it down the blind side. McDonald, hand in, switch pass, back inside, ball held up. Referee, is he still playing advantage? US still have the ball in hand. Drop pass back inside to number 7, John Quill, and the US gone backwards, but still in possession, inside their own half right now. Quick ball again, they've got the backs lined up. McDonald ball in hand, this one time he goes to the boot. Spiral kick, down, out of play.
Win back possession.
Well, Ian, sorry, curses to you. They didn't on that case, so US stole that line out. They've driven the ball up through their centers in the middle of the field. Drops the ball back inside, looked forward to me, but the referee was right on the spot. He says no as US look to attack down the left side. McDonald's got the ball in hand, goes and shows, and gets tackled in possession. Quick ball down the left again. This is this man, number 2. He's quite busy. He plays in the back row as well as hooker, the Oxford grad for the US. And they've found a prop in the middle of that field, and they're still looking to recycle the ball. Lost his boot. US still moving the ball. I'm impressed with this guy, Derek Aspen, except for that pass. Backwards, not a scrum half. He can play hooker and flanker, not scrum half, to get some points on the board through set piece play. So we watch this line out here. This is Derek Aspen to throw the ball into the line. He's gone to the middle, and the US definitely have controlled it. They're trying to give Argentina some of their own medicine, but it's collapsed, and the ref says in a legal manner, so no infringement issued so far. And the US tried to move the ball down their back line. Switch play brought back inside, but number 13, Guernke, is met heavily with the Argentinian tackle. They've recycled possession, and that's Chris Chapman, the fullback, coming into the line, and he's secured possession. Once again, scrappy at the back of the US ruck. Not very clean, and the US using a lot of their resources to be able to get this ball out of there. They've got to go to the pick and go, get some go forward, maybe to suck some Argentinians in so they can have more space out wide. Once again with the pick and go from the US. Now it's clear to the right field. McDonald, little nudge. He's looking for that winger. No, the worst possible. This could be the route Argentina's picked up the ball. That's number 13, De La Fuente. He's gone the route. Try Argentina.
Play for though, is another way for them to get a bonus point is to pull the margin of the game back to 7 or fewer.
Well, it'll be a tough go against this very strong and polished, regardless of the time they spent together, Argentinian side, and we see a bit with their power right now. They're holding the ball in. They've got some resources to the right of this ruck. And Cabelli, yes, he's found his forwards, and he's looped around. That's a nice play. Linked with his backs, and again, once behind the back. And this is great attacking play by Argentina. If they can stay in bounds and keep this ball in possession, that's Miro, the man who just scored the try, offloading in the tackle. And the ball's just gone forward from Argentina. What an exciting play.
Well, we really do need to see that again. That was easily the best piece of play in the game.
That last play. So the U.S. to put the ball into the scrum just inside their 22. Benny Mattiolona, who's soldiered on pretty well but behind a beaten pack tonight, to be honest. That's a long day for a number 9 when your pack is
start playing.
The U.S. is thrown to the back of the lineup, but they've lost this one. And that's Cabelli who's recovered it and moves it out the wing. Look at the insertion of the Argentinian fullback, but he isn't picked up by his teammate. So that opportunity goes begging, and it's a knock-on against Argentina. U.S. will have
they start with very powerful front row, and even when they make changes, just bringing in quality player after quality player.
Well, it's good. It's managed to get out of the scrum on that one, so Mattioloma's flipped that onto his inside center, and that ball's been recycled fairly quickly. There's a new man. I like the look of this guy, Chris Headley. He's come into the game just at the end of the first half. McDonald's looking for his deep runners, found them, but again, the swarm defense of the Argentinians is just shutting everything down that the Americans have and not giving him a chance to breathe. Sometimes the continuity goes into play. We haven't seen that from Argentina as yet. But now we have. Ball bobbled, so the U.S. taking the ball outside their 22, still showing some adventure. McDonald's got the ball in hand, flat pass to Chapman. He takes the ball out well over the 22-meter line, and the ball is recycled. Is it clean? Referee's got an infringement against Argentina there at the breakdown, and the U.S. opportunity. Very consistent referee. I take that back. It's good to see consistent refereeing in any game. So this is Derek Aspen to throw the ball in for the U.S. They're looking to get some points on the board in any shape or form. Argentina's come away with it. They've handled the ball nicely. Oh, out. This is the man who put the ball down recently, and he's kicked ahead, the right winger for Argentina.
Barrera kicked the ball, or they can take a 22 dropout in this situation. And obviously, with a scrum under pressure, they're going to go for the 22 and try to pressure downfield off the kick.
McDonald's gone long. Barrera's caught the kick, and he's moved it out into the middle of the field. New man on the field, number 22, Mr. Cruz, and that's taken nicely by the captain, Dolan. The U.S. has got an opportunity now, blind side, open up. McDonald, ball in hands, looking for a big man. He's found a deep runner. Can he keep the ball in field? Yes, he can. Good work. Ruck ball's got to be quick now for the U.S. to exploit the defense before it gets set up. That's Harriman, the second row, taken up in the middle of the field. And once again, U.S. calling for their attacking the blind side. A slip, unfortunately, by Mattiolona. U.S. forwards now have to do a lot of work to get him back into the play. McDonald, ball in hands, short, flat ball out to his captain in the middle of the field. Recycled. And looks like some tired legs on the U.S. now. They can't really.
Just look at the Argentina defensive line, 14 players on their feet, and there's really just nowhere to go for the U.S. unless they can recycle really quickly or punch a hole in the line and offload the ball to a support player coming through.
A little bit of Harlem Globetrotters going on in the backfield, unintentional by the U.S. And they've lost the ball in that last contact situation. That's our man. Oh, the Argentinians once again exploring that left side. I tell you, this number 12, Javier Rojas for
discussion by the coaches, and they've certainly lived up to their billing.
Well, the throw in here for the U.S. on the 5-meter, taken in the middle by the captain, Cam Dolan. And the U.S. has got possession secured, but they're under pressure inside their own half, trying to run the ball out. They've got a quick ruck just over their goal line, and now they're trying to move the Argentinians back. It's been a tough slog for those U.S. forwards tonight. They're just pound for pound, just having to go against a much bigger, more aggressive side. But the McDonald's managed to clear the lines. Well, that bonus point really is, it's a good feature of the game because it does encourage teams to seek those bonus points and play a little bit more adventurously. Having said that, here's Argentina with a traditional forward drive from the line out. And they've broken off, recycled the ball, so now we're into ruck territory. We should see a little bit
right
more
wing
quick.
Barea is wide open here.
Oh, and he's got a nice link pass, and he's found the replacement winger there. Number 23, Ramiro, he scored a try already. He was the man who scored about
out here in the last 10 if Argentina keep the hammer down. Having said that, they've got what they need, which is the bonus point, super conversion.
Donald still on the field. A tough night for him, and his kickoff is a good one. So the U.S. putting pressure on the reception by Argentina, and they've controlled the ball, and they've turned it over. Oh, and it's gone begging again. 7.5, 8 minutes of the game.
And so true. It's a feature of the modern game that the reserves usually play some part, all of them. And again, it's opportunity as we spoke.
Well, great penetration by Gerke for the U.S. Recycled well. Sean Davies got his hands on the ball. He's touched it twice now. He's 2 crisp passes so far. And that's Gerke again. Craigwell begging on the right wing for the pass. Didn't come to him. The U.S. have recycled, and they've looked for Wallace in the middle of the field. Nicholas Wallace, good line, good angle coming in off Sean Davies' pass. Now we're looking for some width. No angles again from number 4 there. Graham Harriman, he's had a strong game. And finally, the Argentinians penalized for being offside at the last ruck. Chapman's taking it quickly. Within 5 meters of the line, and the U.S. pressing hard. They're right underneath the post. Right underneath the post, the Americans looking to recycle the ball quickly. Argentina's had a chance to reset their defense because that ball was slow. So look for the pick and go and trying to muscle it over by the Americans. They must recycle the ball. Again, no scrum half at the back. Look for the pick and go once again as they try to cross this line. This will be a real morale boost for the Americans if they can do that. Slow ball, and the referee has indicated their lines. So it's the replacement scrum half. Bolini to put the ball in for Argentina. Pulling down by the U.S. tight head, so that's a penalty, full arm penalty, and it's been a little bit of pushing and shoving. Once again, usually all the forwards will run into us. So Argentina has a chance to take some territory away because of that infringement. And they've found
Purpura with under 4 minutes to go here, trying to spark his team as an impact sub. Back up to you guys.
Thanks so much, Bry. There's number 3, the tight head, Zach Fenoglio for the U.S. He's had a busy day. Tough work in that scrum against the Argentinians. McDonald's taking that ball into the ruck, and he's managed to recycle it. Very short side for the U.S. with a lot of Argentinians, strong tackling, shutting that door, shutting that opportunity on that side. Back into the middle of the field there. That's that prop Wallace who represented Canada at the U20 level, now in his adopted country. The U.S. once again, great break by Saunders, the replacement scrum half. But as Ian mentioned, watch the Argentinians, how they're set up across the field. Those white and blue jerseys, there's just nowhere to go, and forcing the knock-on against the U.S.
Yeah, you have to give the Argentinian
to 18 meters. Number 20 is replaced at the back of the scrum, Uhaliai, and he's picked up as predicted, and he's fending off his opposite number. He's taking it well to halfway. Well done. The Americans were able to get their hands on the ball. No, not releasing penalty against Argentina. Taken quickly by Saunders. Now, the Americans, they still, when they do have quick ball, they don't seem as if they exactly have a game plan of what to do with that quick ball. So they resort to type, which is a slow, bit of ponderous play as they try to give McDonald an opportunity. Watch for this blitzing Argentinian defense as they comes forward. That's Wallace. He's not held in a tackle, so he's able to get up, and he's done well to move that ball up. Now can we move the ball out to McDonald? He's got ball in hand, tries to link it around. Good dummy, isolated American. But they've managed to retain possession. Blindside resources waiting for them. Americans slow to get this ball out. Saunders finds one of his forwards in the middle of the field. Recycling once again. Touch, 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 touch. That's Sean Davies, pardon me. Sean Davies, the scrum half, number 21. Good work, good link. Here's Craig Will. He's fended off his man nicely. Man's touched the ball about 3 times in the game, and he's gone forward every single time. Great recycling work. McDonald's got the ball, and he shoveled it on quickly. Well, and either cause a forward pass or a knock-on. Knock-on. Represent your country, so the players won't want to give this opportunity up too lightly. Scrum down. Nope. Balls come out quickly, and as you're right, Ian, they've gone behind the first block runner and the second block runner. Ball in hands. Can he offload in the tackle? No, just run into touch by the Americans. The Americans go for the quick line out. And is this going to be the ultimate punishment? Number 23 for them. Ramiro, his 3rd try, come on as a replacement. And that's his 3rd try of the afternoon in less than 40 minutes.